bet 4. Let's look at the store. And there is a blog post. And the blog post has the kits for Kang the Conqueror, Absorbing Man, and Moonstone. And we're going to talk about the ISOs on them. We're going to go over the kits. But here's the main thing. And this is an overview that was provided by Benny Westside. Link to his Discord will be in the description. The main thing is this team will be used in a legendary unlock, and we're going to show that in the blog post here in a minute. The general consensus is that they're not referring to Apocalypse. It's going to be something else, but they're saying that the Master of Evil is going to be important and going to be required for some sort of legendary unlock. Now, a lot of people are saying, is that going to be like the old Iron Man events? I don't know. I think that this game is moving in a direction where legendary unlocks are becoming more complicated and elaborate, and I don't see them moving backwards. I think it's going to continue on this path of getting more and more complicated. Also, January 21st, this is a blitz and core spending event. U.S. agents charge, save cores, and blitz refreshes. So that's the Rising Star milestone that starts tomorrow. And then there's also a web milestone is based off earning blitz credits. And so there is a quick rumble event running right now. And optimally, you want to save those blitz credits for the blitz milestone for tomorrow. Then Monday, there's going to be a blitz for Agent Coulson. And I believe you're supposed to save those. I'll get to that here in a minute. Rogue, Famine Scourge is coming back. Agent Venom unlock is War and Core Spending event. And this is going to be on the January 25th, the final piece of the January month-long Save War Attack refreshes and Power Cores. Everybody loves Power Cores. And then this is what I was talking about. The Symbiote Soldier Web Milestone. This event feeds into the Symbiote Sabotage above. It focuses on earning Blitz credits. So save the milestone from the Coulson Blitz, which starts a couple days before. And you can earn those, and they save, and you don't collect them, and then it goes into a tab, and you can collect them even though the event has already ended. Lunar Festival, this is a Campaign Energy Alliance donation event with an event store, save cores and inner refreshes, and that's about it. But let's get into some other things. Is there's going to be an offer tomorrow. So like right now in game, there's an offer for 5 million gold for 30 Dark Beast and 2 million event currency. My understanding is that tomorrow on Saturday, there is going to be a 5 million gold, the same as the other one there, for 50 Captain Carter shards and 2 million points. So it's going to basically be the same thing as this right here, only it's going to be 50 Captain Carter shards and 2 million points. If you have 5 million gold lying around, that may not be super terrible. And then even Tana is saying that it's worth it if you have less than 5-star Carter in his opinion. All right, let's get to the blog post. Master of Evil. And here's the thing. It's interesting that people are like, oh, I'm going to skip this team. I don't care about Cosmic Crucible. And they immediately say that the Masters of Evil will also be a required trait for a future legendary character event. I suspect it's going to be some newer version of Scourge of some kind. Maybe, for the next year's baddie, whatever that's going to be, like Galactus, probably some Scourge event. And then we've got the kits for the 3 characters coming next patch. Now, what is not in this blog post is there's no information on Apocalypse Kit, even though we had a sneak peek of that from the leaks that from the data mines that Tana found last week. And there's also no information here on what the strike character is going to be, who's going to be required. And also, there's no mention of Teal War Orbs, even though they mentioned that last fall is something coming around the corner. Still no word of that. Absorbing Man is a protector of Master of Evil. He's fortified with high armor resistance stats. His MO is absorbing enemy attacks and clearing status effects. He gains taunt on spawn in all game modes. So this is a pre-taunting tank, and I typically like pre-taunting tanks. Even back in Galaxy of Heroes, I like pre-taunting tanks. They seem to be useful long after their team is used. Red Guardian I still use in War, and also use Red Guardian inside of Cosmic Crucible, yet I don't use his team anymore. So I think this is a character that may, live like a normal shelf life of a character. He might outlive that, making a powerful asset for any team, and bolsters himself by copying and clearing positive effects from his attacker. Absorbing Man helps his partner in crime, Titania, and when they're allies be granting her counter in Cosmic Crucible. And as far as ISO, one of the team and Kang's passive pretty much sets the team up to be raiders. Like they're going to be very strong as raiders, but he's going to be perhaps a healer or fortifier. Let's get to his passive right here. And Hardened Criminal on spawn, gain taunt and 3 deflect. And deflect is 100% block chance. And then on Cosmic Crucible offense, and I actually like this, thinking about some of the teams that don't have this tag, like Gamma, they get put on War. They're super annoying on War. But what if they had War offense tags? I'm okay with this. And I think that this team is probably going to be needed to get through Wakanda in Room 6. Apply 4 counter to a random Titania ally. When this character is attacked, copy and clear 1 positive effect, excluding stealth and taunt. So he's absorbing their positive effects from the attacker to himself and gain 1 defense up to a maximum of 3. In Crucible, on block, heal for 5% of this character's max health. So again, the deflects that he gets on spawn are 100% block chance. And so he will be healing for 5% when he gets hit. Then when this character drops below 50% health, if the character has taunt, fill speed bar by 30% and then clear taunt. Gain 20% armor and resistance per defense up on this character. In Crucible, gain a bunch of resistance and then give the team 50% resistance as well. Now, let's get to his ultimate, which goes off right away. Clear all negative effects from himself. In Crucible, heal self for a lot, right? That's why healer is probably going to be a thing here. Attack primary target for a lot of damage and clear positive effects. In Crucible, apply deflect, immunity to self, and master of evil allies. And again, that deflect will be healing himself when he does block in Crucible. Then his special 4/4 Wrecking Ball, copy and clear all negative effects from all the teams. So he's got to cleanse. Flip all negative effects to positive effects to self. Apply offense down for 2 turns and the primary target, and then attack primary adjacent targets for damage. Clear taunt from all allies, and then taunt himself, which is great. Now, this is an improvement from prior blog posts. This is actually having the ISO 8 counter sack assist, and this is very useful for making ISO 8 determinations in advance. In the past, this information is not even found in game, and we typically had to wait to get it from the JSON files ourselves or go to msf.gg. So, basic attack the primary target for 360% damage, copy and clear 2 positive effects, excluding stealth and taunt from the primary target to self. If the primary target has vulnerable, gain 2 deflects up to a maximum 5. And I think that when we look at Kang's kit, we're going to see that the Raider is going to be a thing, and there's probably going to be a lot of vulnerables everywhere if they're critting a lot, because they're going to have pretty high crit chance. Attack primary target for 230% damage and 17% piercing. Copy and clear 2 positive effects, including stealth and taunt from the primary target. And then again, if the primary target has vulnerable, gain 2 deflects up to maximum 5. Now let's go to Kang the Conqueror. And a lot of people were hoping that Kang would be legendary or some sort of like Dark Dimension type reward, but he's not. So it's kind of weird. He's still very powerful. And I believe he might be a good plug and play character as well. Kang the Conqueror is a blaster. And on top of big damage aid to his attacks, he has great speed stats, which we don't know, but we'll take their word for it. He bends time to his will by manipulating the speed bar of both his allies and enemies, including on-spawn speed up for 2 turns himself and mastery of evil allies. Kang also takes a chance out of the equation by allowing his master of evil allies to reach 100% crit chance. So probably the remaining members of the team will be Raider. We will see what is optimal later, but Raider is going to be a thing on this team for sure. While he's powerful in Cosmic Crucible, in general, Kang the Conqueror is especially potent on offense. Let's go down to his passive and start there. Time Warlord on turn, attack all enemies for 30% piercing. This ignores defense up. That's right. His passive, attack all enemies for 30% piercing. This attack ignores defense up. So that is going to be useful for clearing evasion, deflects, or even death proofs on low health allies. I think that's a pretty interesting mechanic in general. In Crucible, clear speed up on all enemies, always great. And we play a turn-based game. Anytime you can make characters faster or slower or manipulate turn meter or anything like that, it's going to be the alpha state of the game, alpha stat in the game no matter what. Gain 20% crit chance for self and all mastery of evil allies. Gain 40% crit damage. Master of Evil allies gain 10% crit damage. In Crucible, gain 20% crit chance and 10% crit chance for self and or any Master of Evil ally with offense up. All right, so they're going to be critting a lot. On Crucible offense, on spawn, apply speed up for 2 turns to self and all Master of Evil allies. When an enemy gains speed up, fill speed bar for this character by 10%. Gain additional 20% crit chance for self and all Master of Evil allies. Gain additional crit damage for self and all Master of Evil allies. So Raider seems to make sense to me. Ultimate time's up. My understanding is that this will be going off turn 1. You know, that's just the way my understanding, the way it works. On Crucible offense, clear all barrier and all death proof on all enemies. And there's a call out to this clearing barrier elsewhere in his kit as well. Attack all enemies for piercing. Clear 3 positive effects. This attack ignores defense up. Characters killed by this attack cannot be revived. And then in Crucible, reduce speed bar. Apply speed up to self and all Master of Evil allies, and the attack suddenly becomes unavoidable and cannot be blocked. It's going to be a thing as far as in Cosmic Crucible for sure. Energy cost 4/4. This is his special. On Crucible offense, clear all barrier again on primary and adjacent targets. Attack the primary and adjacent targets for piercing. Gain 1 evade per crit. And it doesn't mention any limit. I think there's going to be a lot of situations where you may want to even do this first, right? Gain 1 evade per crit. That seems very good. I mean, I don't expect them being clumped up, but, you know, right there, primary adjacent targets, you know, that's going to be 2, maybe 3 targets typically. There you go. I mean, if there's a summon, maybe you can hit 3 or 4 targets. I don't know. Basic, it seems very good. In Crucible, apply slow to 2 turns of primary adjacent targets. Apply 2 offense up and all Master Evil allies. This attack ignores defense up. And then they get all those bonuses in his passive when they have offense up, right? Which is kind of a big deal. I don't know where it is exactly, but there was a call out here. In Crucible, gain 20% crit chance and 10% crit damage for self or any Master of Evil with offense up. So that's how they're going to be getting the offense up, is with his special. I think that it's going to be probably quite likely that we're going to be using his special first. Again, basic attack is got the ISO and counterattack and assists information here, which is nice. Attack primary target for 360% piercing. If the target is vulnerable, fill this character speed bar by 20%, which probably is going to be everywhere if the raiders are going off constantly, right? This attack ignores defense up, cannot be counterattacked, and it's similar there with the ISO 8 counterattack assist. Let's get to Moonstone, and she looks like she's going to have a ton of evades. She got some interesting things in her kit that we talked about. I think she's going to be pretty hard to kill with all the evades that she's going to be getting. Yeah, just the way I read it, she's going to have 3 evades, and boy, that's going to be really, really annoying. Moonstone is a controller, and her powerful kit bolstered with high focus and speed stats. And the Master Manipulator has 2 abilities that stuns enemies, applies trauma and Cosmic Crucible, and her ultimate ability, Phasing Punishment, lowers enemy speed bar. Moonstone gives her Master of Evil allies boost to Cosmic Crucible in the form of additional focus. And what I mean by that is that I don't know that anybody is not going to put these guys on defense. I think it could be a thing. I mean, somebody might do it, but it seems like a lot of the bonuses are for offense for sure. But you know, it is a thing, and this is where this is the part that seemed kind of busted a little bit. Passive Meteorite on turn. If this character has at least 1 ally, gain 1 evade up to a maximum of 3. So if you're stuck behind a taunting tank, like Absorbing Man or something like that, she's going to eventually go to 3. And then by the time you're getting around to her, unless you've been taking these away through AoEs or something, she's going to have 3 evades. And so this is, what's another character that has kind of an annoying evade mechanic? Like X23, where she keeps getting evades if she does like her basic attack or something. If this character has 1 or more Master of Evil allies, heal for 10% of this character's master health, fine. If this character has 2 or more Master of Evil allies, bear yourself for 10% of this character's max health. If this character has 3 or more Master of Evil allies, clear 1 positive effect from the enemy with the least resistance. If this character has 4 or more Master of Evil allies, we get it. There's going to be a team of Master of Evil allies. Transfer 1 negative effect, including ability block and stun, from the enemy to the least resistance. In Crucible, gain a bunch of focus, give it to the team. and offense, gain more focus, and give that to the team. Let's get to her ultimate. This can go off turn 1, and there's a stun mechanic on this. Attack primary adjacent targets for 250% damage. Apply defense down for maximum 3. In Crucible, apply stun to the primary target. Reduce speed bar for the primary adjacent targets by 20%. Apply stun's very good. All right, this is a little confusing. I think I got it worked out, though. Special energy cost 5/5, so you can also use that on turn 1 if you want. Reduce speed bar of the enemy with the highest damage, excluding the primary target. So the way this reads to me, and I know this is probably up for debate, but it's not really super clear, is that if you target the enemy with the highest damage, it goes to the next one. It's just because the enemy with the highest damage can't target themselves, right? Excluding the primary target by 20% and mind control the enemy to attack the primary target. So the way that I'm understanding this is that if you target the character with the highest damage, it'll just target the second highest, and that will do the mind control, and that character will reduce the speed bar by 20%. I could be wrong on that, but that's the way it makes sense to me. Attack primary target for 400% damage and apply defense down and stun. There's another stun. That's bonkers. In Crucible, apply disrupted and trauma to the primary target. So trauma is a very powerful mechanic. Disrupted with defense down and stun. So that's going to get through characters that typically don't stun easily. I'm thinking about, like Dormammu or Doom or even Kestrel, right? Trauma is kind of like stops that from happening. Basic attack. Attack primary target for damage. Apply defense down for 2 turns. If the target is vulnerable, gain 1 ability energy. And that's similar on the ISO 8 attack. All right. Super Patriot events. So we talked about this already. The main thing here is that this is going to be an event where you play in war battles, spend power cores, and then collect the symbiote samples. Then the web event is going to be earning blitz credits, or you can spend money in the web store and not have to do that. Then we're going to get a quick blitz with, unlimited. That's kind of standard. Damage Scourge event is coming around the corner, so you can get your rogue shards. That's great. Lunar Festival, which is going to be an event where you can spend campaign of energy. And I'm saying this sarcastically. Everybody loves events where you spend campaign energy or power cores or spend gold. And then that's going to be happening there. And you also earn alliance credits. There's not really a way of doing anything with that, I suppose, just on the day of the event, not to do it. That's where the Stark Tech. There's a leaderboard, of course, and it looks like that they're offering T2 level 5 irons to the top 1%, 500,000, I believe, to give a single character from Blue ISO 4 to Blue ISO 5. It requires like 1.7 million T2 level 5 ions. If you have enough 17s of any of the 3 Horsemen teams, you can do the 3rd stage of the saga. And my understanding, there's about enough to do 2 characters in the saga. I personally have not collected a single T2 level 5 ion, and that's going to be one of the most difficult requirements in getting a big boy Apocalypse. Is going to be the T2 level 5. Event store. Sending campaign energy on a limited time event currency, red envelopes. Head to the limited time event store, spend red envelopes or any of the following items, and there they are right there. Mojo is going to have Nakia. Free Cream Friday. Head to the web store and you can do that. Chromebook is no longer going to be able to play Marvel Strike Force. And then we've got the Tahiti Blitzes for Agent Coulson, which we talked about. There's going to be double EXP starting on the 27th. And then we're going to have the quick roll events with Unlimited. And then we're going to have the boot camp, which is training modules that happens every 4 weeks. And then we're going to have the block party event, ability materials, which requires 6 city heroes. Now we have 2 other posts. There was an additional boost, and I didn't get to test this today because my Alliance got through it before I was able to get into it. But basically, they're going to make Captain Carter have I think was that 100% block chance when she's on a team. U.S. Agent is going to also get block chance all the way boosted up. Captain America, if this character has 3 or more Rebirth allies, this attack cannot be dodged. That's his shield throw, which is good. His passive, when this character Rebirth ally drops below 50% health, clear all negative effects from self. This character is above 50% health, also gain taunt And then, because he was taunting and at the wrong time, and this is going to fix that. When this character drops below 30% health, clear taunt from self. See, that's kind of nice. I think they needed to add this. Fill speed bar for 2 random. Captain Carter or Winter Soldier allies by 30%. I think you want that to go to Captain Carter, so that way when she does her special or her ultimate, she's healing up the team a little bit. On the death, this is the same. Max health, gain 20% max health. Raids gain additional max health for self and Rebirth allies. And I think this is all great and fine, but what I really needed was more damage. So there's going to be some changes to the way they're going to do new events, and it's going to be a point limit system. If you read the way it is right here, it says that the event will now have like a limit to how many points that you can get for blitz, and then you get to an additive amount of points where basically you go past the limit. There's like some diminishing returns, battle and blitz, where you get lower points once you're basically for the first 48,000, you're going to be getting both an open battle pass orbs at different points. So if a scoring for an objective appears to be both in limited and unlimited section, they will be scored additively. Keep an eye on about the event section on events moving forward to maximize your progress. I don't know how I feel about this. I think it's fine. It is what it is. We already went over those events, but it does add an extra level of complexity for doing the event math. An extra column on the spreadsheet, which I think this game needs less events and less complicated events. This Reddit post right here says MSF fatigue and way too many events. Is anyone like me who started just to escape and now has become a noiseless fatigue and tiring game to repeat every day on and on? This is an apathetic post, really. I keep discovering that if I miss a day, it has already started some new event. I remember once they have started unnecessary versus battle. Not sure if they exist anymore or not. Then there are events starting on and off. Character farming has become tiring. You have to log in every day. Well, you always have to. They really made it so it's like you got to log in every day or you lose your login bonus for the 7-day streak and all that stuff. It's horrible if you lose that. Become like a sad addiction. Maybe that's just me. Yeah, it is what it is. All right, let's get to some offers. We've got a couple offers. I didn't buy this yet, but this is the equivalent of a little more than 6 training material orbs for $5. So this is a good thing. And it's very strange that they're offering this when we're in massive gold spending and they're trying to draw down people's gold. And where typically people run out of training materials at different times. But anyways, that's interesting. This is reasonable enough. I bought this offer twice. $5, you get the equivalent power cores. And then the premium orbs are just a bonus. And then there is a Agent Venom orb. That's the orb that averages about 9 shards per orb. And so I did buy this offer twice. Of course, you're most likely to get 6 or 8 shards out of those orbs. I guess there is a small chance of getting like 180, but that's like a 1 in 400 chance or something ridiculous. 1 in 2,000. It's not high. Then we've also got Lunar New Year bundle. So we've got some Abomination shards for $5 now. That will save you time inside of the Cosmic Crucible store. If you don't want to spend all the currency on him, you can do that. And then this is a reasonable offer considering that there's events running for both types of currencies. You got Coordinated Assault running right now, and then there is an event campaign event. I don't know when that's wrapping up. Maybe it's already wrapped up, but there's been one running. And anyways, this is reasonable enough. And then lastly, this is appearing daily. If you're not interested in buying the 200,000 orbs, which gives 200,000 points, or if you're not interested in buying the 500,000 orbs, which gives 600,000 points, you can just buy with the gold, and get 6, event progress and not have to worry about the orbs. I actually have been opening up just a small amount just to test it out, and I've been relatively happy with it. The 500,000 gold orbs, there's 17s in there, and I pulled a lot of 17s that I needed. Maybe I just got lucky, but it seemed reasonable. All right, what do you think about all of this? Let me know in the comment section, and as always, thanks for watching. Keep on gaming. Bye for now.